Hi, Daddy.
Yeah, girl.
I come, sir.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
That's what.
Daddy, what were we discussing yesterday about that stuff?
Yeah.
You guys are just doing African parent style.
Oh.
I saw it online. It's not that way. That's
Wow.
how we do it.
Hey, when I was at your age, I dare not tell my father that they are doing grandparents.
Daddy, but I saw it online. The one I saw online.
Yeah.
That one is more catchy than the way you guys are doing it.
As a typical alpha generation. I think I just it this way. You know what we did last time, and just make it up like that, okay?
Sir, no, I don't. No. So we cannot do it this way. All these
Why?
things affect mental health, sir. I don't.
Mental.
Mental health is very important, sir.
That's a typical Gen Z for you.
Wow. Parenting has become a major issue for many people at this time, especially parenting the Gen Zs and the Alpha generation. The Gen Zs are those who were born from 1999 up until 2009. And then the Alpha generation are those who are born between 2010, 2013, depending on different classification up to now. And the interesting thing is that it has been discovered that the character, the behavior, the thinking patterns of these young people had become a major problem, major source of challenge for their parents. Many parents have several concerns about these young people, their display of sometimes rebellion, or what parents call rebellion, sometimes their display of arrogance, sometimes they are over-ambitious, and several other qualities that come along and made parenting Gen Z and Alpha generation a little bit more difficult. But it's important to let parents know that it's really not abnormal. Every generation comes with their own unique qualities, their own unique distinction. And the interesting thing about these two generations is that they also have their own uniqueness. And it is important that if you are going to succeed as a parent in parenting Gen Z and the Alpha generation, you must know what makes them different. Primarily, this generation, the Gen Z and the Alpha generation, are born into a world that is shaped by other factors aside from immediate society. For the millennia, they were born at such a time, the millennia and the baby boomer, they were born at such a time that the major shaping factors were immediate society. But now, the shaping factor of the personality and the mind of these young people had gone beyond the immediate environment. In fact, research has shown that they think, they learn, and they communicate online. A good portion of their social interaction and the qualities of their social interaction are learned from online. And that means a lot. Because since the world has become a global village, it has opened them up to a lot of information. And you know the implication of that. Cultures are different. Societies are different. And the values in these societies are also different. Unfortunately, the online platform had made the world a global village. The social media of today had made it easy and possible for a young man in Africa to interact with a friend in India and then cross-fertilize opinions and ideas and also draw or suck in value systems. And what that means is that it will snowball to a situation where the young man will begin to question and query why some things are done and why some things are not done. And that's why it appears as if the Gen Z are confrontational. Because they see that certain value systems, certain ideologies are permissible in certain culture or certain contexts, and then they found that in the context where they are growing up, or the context where they find themselves, it's not like that. So they begin to query, they begin to question, and in the bid of questioning and asking for why those things are that, they may sound rude or they may appear rude. They may come out very rebellious. And if parents are not very careful, there is high tendency to react back towards them. And when you react to them, instead of answering their question and helping them to gain insight, gain better perspective, you are likely going to become an enemy. So they see you as somebody they are to fight. And of course, the battle continues. The parent on one side feels, oh, this child is rebellious, this child is rude, and wants to actually enforce authority, and they are feeling, wow, so you mean you want to force things down our throat? Some of these are your ideology are archaic, they are old time, they are old school. And the reason why they are saying they are old school and old time is not because they are wrong in totality. It's because they have fraternized, they have interacted with some information from other society that has shown that some of the things that are held strong in the society where they are different. And so the parent need to take time to explain their value system, why we do what we do, why. I'll give an example. I have a young son who belongs to the Gen Z, and at a point in time, I am a pastor. I taught my children to pray, but at a point in time in his growth period, he began to query, why do we pray? Is there God that we even pray to? Is that, must we pray? Is it compulsory that we pray every day? Is it not a routine? Is it not just being religious? And he was very serious about it. And I remember the mother was a little agitated, and I said to her, no, what is happening to this young man is simply asking questions. His mind is curious. He has been exposed to other information that contradicts what we are thoughting. And so we need to be able to present a better argument, superior argument to him, so that he will be able to weigh the two. Parents of Gen Z, parents of Alpha generation, let me quickly say to you, be open-minded enough to allow them to express themselves, listen to their own view, their own world view. Some of the ideas and ideologies they hold might actually be wrong. Don't be quick to judge them. Don't be judgmental about them. Take time to listen to them, and then patiently explain your own worldview, your own ideology, and some of the value system that you believe are right. And sometimes lead them to such a point mentally where they can be able to make a good decision. But listen, it cannot be done by you enforcing your own traditional opinion. It might even mean that you also have to make some researches. You might need to learn a little more. You might need to make some other seek some other information. Sometimes in discussing with them, you might need to postpone the discussion so that you can make your own research and come back with better argument. I can assure you, Gen Z submits to superior argument. It's only when the argument is not superior that they have challenge. And it's not only parent. For anyone who is older around a Gen Z, either you are a boss or you are an uncle, you are an auntie, and all of that. Don't just expect them to respect you, and because they respect you, they should do anything that you say. Be sure that you are dealing with a generation that are always asking questions, and they need the superior answer. Till I come your way again, my name is Segun Oduyebo.